What's going on, everybody? Aaron here, helping musicians get better faster. And what you just heard was the 2023 Florida All-State Tuba 9th and 10th grade audition. Now, before I get too far into talking about it, both books come out of the Rubank Advanced Method Volume 2. So if you don't have one yet, look in the description. I have an affiliate link for you where you can go ahead and grab yourself one. The affiliate link doesn't cost you anything extra. It just helps out the channel. So it's appreciated if you stop on by and grab something with it. Now, that said, I will eventually have PDFs of all of the etudes on my website for educational purposes. They are not up there at the time of this recording. They will be. Just be patient. I want to get the recordings out first, and then I'll update website stuff. Also, if you're one of the 90% or so people who watch these things and are not subscribed, consider pushing that button and also hitting like if you like those performances. It really helps me out. But let's dig into it. Let's start with the Lyrical. Now, for the most part, dynamically, the Lyrical starts with piano and moves into a mezzo forte, and then you've got these waves of dynamics in there. So just make sure you're paying special attention to make sure that you're doing all of them. This etude's actually really easy to just kind of play at a mezzo, whatever. You want to make sure that you're doing what you can with what the book has for you. The other big thing is you have a few decisions about breathing to make. The etude has some breath marks in there for you, but I don't think they're enough for us. So consider adding a few extra. You can go back and listen to what I did, if that helps you at all, to mark them out, but just make sure that you are pacing it to something that is appropriate to your playing ability. I always like to think about how good I can sound, not how long I can make sound for. Now, rhythmically, there's not too much going on here outside of play the right notes at the right time, knowing the differences between 16th notes and 8th notes and having those all be the same thing. That's fine. What I'm really thinking about as a judge is how the player is going to play the 8th 16th with a 16th rest. I'd be really nervous about a B up, ba-da-da-dee-da-da. I don't want that chippiness at the end of that 16th note. I want it to have a little bit of life. If you let it lift, it just gives it a little bit more maturity. Something that I think is really important to make sure you have clean is that D flat arpeggio that actually starts on an F, that really low, looks like flute music, upside down music. Making sure that that is really clean as you ascend into the A natural. Being able to go that low and then ascend up and have it nice and clean and nice and easy is a mark of a really mature player. And then the last thing I'm going to warn you about is what you have a 3-note rallentando. Don't hit the brakes. Just nice and reasonable and easy end to the etude. Now, let's move on to the Lyrical. Now, I'm not gonna lie, for my taste, this etude is actually marked by the FBA a little bit faster than I would like. I think 78 to 80 is nice, and I think this 88 is kind of pushing it, but them's the breaks, so we gotta get good really fast. And one of the things that us judges are gonna be listening for is how the 8th to 16th rest to 16th is being treated, and is that being done right? And then are you messing up the rhythm when it becomes just normal 3/8 notes, back to back to back. There's also a little bit of a trap rhythmically. These 8th note pickups into these phrases can actually accidentally be played as 16th notes. So I'm going to be listening for that and making sure it's a full 8th note. So it's not but up, you're not playing the same rhythm back to back, but dee da 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 dee da da, just making sure that that 8th note is elongated in the pickup. Also, rhythmically, make sure that the lengths on the 8th notes are really good. I don't want to hear a bunch of da 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 da. I don't want to hear a bunch of really short 8th notes. Give them a little bit of life. Otherwise, dynamically, there's 2 spots where you get to really show off. There's some hairpin dynamics. Other than that, there's not even a dynamic at all. So you get to choose that. So how I would choose that is, what volume can I use to play these phrases and not have to breathe a whole heck of a lot to get through it? So honestly, just starting at like a default mezzo piano and just working with that is fine in this case. It's really easy to do the trope of fast music equals loud, and then you're not making a bunch of little micro phrases unintentionally. So, calm down on the volume and just so you can nice and easily get through this thing. With a decrescendo at the end, be careful about decrescendoing too much. It's just a nice just a wave to the end, and make sure that that eighth note is not chipped as well. But otherwise, it's kind of one of those get good and play good etudes. It's kind of what this is. But yeah, those are my thoughts on both of these etudes. Otherwise, I think it's a pretty reasonable audition. It's just get really, really good. I think the point of this one is not going to be how well can you play the notes at the right time. This one's going to be how good do you sound while playing the right notes at the right time. We're also in a strange case where I think the lyrical is going to be tougher overall than the technical. Now, also, I don't normally talk about the scales and stuff like that in this video, but just make sure that you know that there are range caps both ways, so just make sure you're aware of that. But as far as these two etudes, that's pretty much all I've got. If you found this video helpful and you've gotten this far, consider hitting the like button and subscribing, and coming back and visiting. I'm gonna be able to do a lot more videos like this more frequently, because I'm done with school myself. Otherwise, good luck in your preparation, and again, I'm Aaron. Be happy, never satisfied. I'll see you in the next one.